Welcome to the Rob and Kale Show. Rob Sanders.
And the best looking is right here. It's been your pleasure.
The Rob and Kale Podcast.
I'm not ashamed no more.
And welcome into the Rob and Kale Podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. We appreciate that as always. I am down here in Columbia where there are two teams that are playing for a regional down at Founders Park. One of them is not the Gamecocks, though. Oof.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in just a moment. And we've got Gamecock Lives tonight. I don't like to encourage violence, but when Jackpot is having to correct Gamecock fans, we got to bring that up. We got to bring that up. About that in a moment. But of course, welcome into the show, Carolina Jackpot in the Upstate. What's up, brother?
Nothing. Sorry to be running a little bit late tonight. I actually got into a fight with a shower curtain earlier that I was trying to replace. The replacement shower curtain didn't want to cooperate with me, and we had to go have a word of prayer, a heart to heart. But everything finally worked out for the best. Got a clean shower curtain up now. Took a shower, feeling good. Sitting here eating a little pizza, drinking a little beer, and just waiting for what's going to happen, man. Bring on football season. Our baseball season is officially over. Clemson's baseball season was over like 2 weeks ago. So now I don't have anybody
in February. So
right.
I want to,
I don't have anybody to cheer for. Don't have anybody to hate. So it's like mellow out time until football season, I guess.
Well, you did have some words with some Gamecock fans. We'll get into that in a moment.
I did.
I have Jackpot. I have fixed our phone line so we can take phone calls this evening. Look at that.
Awesome.
I've tested the phone lines, and they are working. So there's the number, 803-470-2905. If you want to talk about how the Gamecocks lost, we'll be happy to take those calls. If you want to talk about whatever it is, psychiatrist here on the Rob and Kale Show. Thank our sponsors first, Callaway's Bar and Grill out in West Columbia, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. I watched some of the game there last night. It looked like it was going to be a tight game there, and I thought, well, the Gamecocks should have more talent than Old Dominion. They should be able to come through with this. And Gamecocks come up short and then lose today to UGA. But watch that at Callaway's last night. Callaway'sBarandGrill.com, retro video games, and more. Also, we have from DNC Trucking and Transport, fireside chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, tell us a story.
Okay, sorry, got away from that. Sucks to be a Gamecock South Carolina baseball team. Got embarrassed by a Virginia pitcher that looks like Kenny Powers. Okay, that's cool. Two teams are playing for a regional title in Founders Park tonight. South Carolina is not one of them. It's been 2,375 days since my team has beaten Clemson on the football field. Sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. If you want to reach out to Dennis, he is a great guy. Dennis can move things from one spot to another. That's what Dennis does. He is shout out
to I hate to point out the obvious, but shout out to Megan over on YouTube. Says, just wanted to thank Crack Pipe to subject us to his smacking. Okay, well, I'm eating, so I'm sorry. He says, stay classy, Crack Pipe. Yeah, you stay hitting on Uncle Lou there, buddy. The banner for tonight's show. You want to explain that one? A little bit weird. The 3 lips emoji that says, I got to have me some of that Lou. Now, I don't know what, I really don't know what was going on there, but it's weird. I don't want any part of it. I can't put my finger on it, but as Sophia on the Golden Girls said, if I could, I'd have to wash it.
I don't know what's going on there. Uncle Lou's got a ton of people that like his show. I think I think Beggin' Megan though has the
Uncle Lou got a lot of people to like it, but apparently some of us like it a little too much.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Uncle Lou's probably got. I mean, Beggin' Megan's probably got like an Uncle Lou lube tube top with the has bedazzles
Well,
on
I
it.
mean, it's okay. I mean, you can't. I mean, deny. I mean, Uncle Lou. He's a good-looking guy. Trim. He's in shape. I mean, I guess got a nice-looking figure to the right person. So, hey, you do you, buddy.
Yeah. Adam says, how about them Vols? Yes. Tennessee finally did something that's worth a shit. They advanced to the Super Regional. Congratulations.
Woo-hoo!
Nothing. I mean, what do you want from me, Tennessee?
I mean, we were ranked number 4 in the country. I mean, I don't know that
It's
exactly some huge victory there, but
I mean, you won your regional. Congrats, Tennessee. Some other teams didn't do that, including South Carolina. Before we read some of this stuff that the back and forth with Carolina Jackpot today with some of the Gamecock fans. Jackpot, what did you see? Like, you called me last night in the 7th or 8th inning of this game, and you were I don't. Is Virtual Kale needs to be working here. Come on, Virtual Kale. There we go. Oh, there we go. Come on.
I'm mad. I'm just a little bit perturbed.
Exactly. You were perturbed last night.
Jordan Bowman over on YouTube says, I'll support Beggin' Megan no matter what his sexual orientation is. Yeah, a lot of people, they pretend to like this guy because Uncle Lou said that's my favorite person to call into my show. So I don't know. I don't know if Lou, I don't know if he had a little bit too much to sip on or whatever when he made the decision that was the favorite person to call into the show. But anyway, I don't call into it enough. That's why I'm not considered the favorite. Otherwise, I would be. Last night when I called, I was like, my God. I mean, we're in the 7th inning, bases juiced, no outs, pitcher over 100 pitches. I mean, the guy was nasty for Old Dominion. I'll give it to you. A nasty slider and change up and all that. But I mean, the motherfucker had been in there pitching for 70. He had over 100 pitches in. That's disrespectful. They showed like their coach. It's like he gave South Carolina the middle finger and showed them, this is what I think of, your ability to hit the ball out of the fucking infield. And so I'm gonna leave this guy in here to get him out, get your, the 3 outs, and he did. That's embarrassing. That's the ultimate embarrassment.
And then if you follow me on Twitter, I'm at Rob Sounds Good. He actually yelled at Gamecock dugout, "You can't fucking hit me." He yelled that to the Gamecock dugout. You can't fucking hit me. A guy from Old Dominion, which last night you described Old Dominion as what, Jackpot?
Well, not necessarily Old Dominion, but the city they're located in, Norfolk, Virginia, is it, putting it in nice terms, a shithole. It's one of the nastiest, ugliest cities on the East Coast that I've ever visited. Probably the only one that's uglier is Newark, New Jersey. It's home to a bunch of naval yards. It's on the Atlantic Ocean. It's Charleston with no charm. There's no Rainbow Row. There's no plantations. There's no Spanish moss-lined streets, cobblestones. It's Charleston with no charm. It's a poor man's Charleston, a dump.
Yeah.
I'd shoot myself if I had to live there.
Comments over here on that are actually pretty good. Jamie says, South Carolina was a championship school in baseball, but we do not think or operate like one. Elite sports programs would not put up with this clown show. If Alabama football was tanking like this, there'd be a change. UK basketball would make a change if their team was lousy over and over and over. I can understand where some of that's coming from. You can't really blame the pitching staff, though. Through 3 games, they gave up a grand total of 8 runs. Yeah. So, I mean, it was a good outing for them, but nobody could swing the damn bat, Jackpot. I mean, it was, you're watching and you're like, how is this happening? I mean, no, they couldn't do, I mean, just stepping up to the plate and laying down bunts and doing shit. They just didn't do anything correct when it came to the offensive side for when it came to coming up. They weren't very good.
That was horrible. No aggressiveness. No. Just lack of, the desire to do anything different. I mean, just the same old shit, getting the same old result. Just ridiculous. Over on YouTube, we have Blake Robinson says South Carolina's answer to fix football is to pay down. Sir, you're a Mississippi State fan. Tell us all about your record last year. Now, tell us about the fight that you people caused with Tulsa in the bowl game, which you consequently got your ass whipped in. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's okay if you got an Alabama fan or a Georgia fan or even Clemson fan over here making football, but Mississippi State, give me a break. Good Lord.
All right, well, Jackpot sent me some screenshots today. Jackpot, are you ready to do this?
I am.
All right, so it's basically Jackpot correcting some of the South Carolina fan base. Here we go. Like sands through the hourglass, these are the Gamecock lives.
So I posted my YouTube video today that I made entitled South Carolina's Baseball is Hot Garbage, Bring Football On, something like that, in which I railed on last night's loss. I railed on Mark Kingston, said that I knew that the only that he wouldn't be worth a shit because the only Kingston that was any good was Kofi Kingston. And and that was about it. I compared him to Will Muschamp with a baseball cap on, with his excuse making and ability, poor or lack of ability to be a decent in-game coach. And I went on ahead and shared that YouTube video to a group called Gamecocks Forever. And I got like a mixed reaction. I got a lot of thumbs up on it, but got some ugly comments too from a lot of people. Well, one individual who's not on here by the name of Tom Mellinger says probably not as much hot garbage as this video, in which I responded, I love you, Tom. Anyway, getting on to these comments, in the comment section of said video, I asked the question, why do we have so many sunshine pumpers / window lickers in our fan base who get their feels on a knot when another member of the fan base delivers facts?
So Philip Easler says, learn how to deliver them.
To which I responded, I'll deliver them any way I wish, sir. Right now, I'm pretty happy with my method.
Why do we have so many name callers? That would be a bully in my book.
I asked him, he also says, if tearing down other people makes you happy, then so be it. You're good at it. And I said, sir, I complained about a terrible coach, and deep down, I know you agree with me. Quit acting like I'm some heathen out here tearing down other people. And then we get the whole, I played.
This is hilarious. I played college and pro, and social media doesn't know what it does to these kids. You are doing that. Be vocal against your school is terrible. I also don't think you are 100 Gamecocks.
To which I replied, I'm sorry, reality and facts upset you, man. You are correct. However, I'm not 100% Gamecock. 1,000%.
Yeah, then Jackpot says that, and then Robert Urban comes out, and then he gets into the mix and says, and you will probably complain all football season, Jackpot. Then, of course, and then Nancy says, yeah, he will.
Nancy Blanchett Easterling. Sounds like a crappy law firm. Because, yeah, he will. And so I asked them, so you guys think we're going to have a terrible season then, right? That's what you're saying. That's not being a very true fan. And to which on the next one, tell them what the crappy law firm had to say there, Rob.
Yeah. Joe says they ain't that bad, dude. Just can't catch a break. Great, not at all, but they could have easily made it to the Super with a difference with 1 or 2 pitches. Okay. And then she says, I'm not saying, or Jackpot said, I'm sorry. Yeah, you've already said that. And she goes, I'm not saying that, you did. I'm on the Shane train, good or bad. For that matter, I'm a Gamecock, come what may. So don't put words in my mouth. Keeping it, I guess, Spurs up all the time. And then Robert Urban decides that they want to tag team the Jackpot. And he says, I'm realistic first year head coach. I'll be happy if we go bowling, but I'm not going to complain if we don't.
So, I'm like, I tagged the law firm again and says, you're the one who said I'd be complaining all football season. What would I have to complain about if we weren't being terrible? Now you're backtracking what you said and saying you're on the Shane train 100%. Cute. And I tell then Robert, Mr. Urban, I said I will because there are 6 winnable games on the schedule. I choose to set the bar a little higher than barely mediocre. Am I wrong?
And then let's see here. The law firm of Blanchett and Easterling says, not wasting my time to respond to you. Cute. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. To which I just responded, I'd give up if I'd just been outed as well. Peace.
This is the Gamecock fans, by the way.
This is ridiculous. Someone else in that same group posted a post bitching about the loss, and I, went back and commented on that. Be careful what you post and say around here because you're going to get accused of not being a real fan. Look, I'll tell you what, I'll fan the way I want to fan, and you can fan the way I want to fan, or you can fan the way you wish to fan. And I'm not going to sunshine pump. And I'm not going to act like I'm, thrilled with, a 5-win season or, well, at least we made it to a regional. By God, we've done something here, at least. And here was another one I got a bunch of this one too. I didn't screenshot everything. I bought a bunch of, well, just ask the team from the upstate that finished with a losing record. I'm like, really? I'm like, that's your fucking bar? That's the goal that we're setting for ourselves. No, I'm not saying that that's the goal we're setting for ourselves, but I'm just saying it could be a lot worse. No, that's the goal that you're setting for yourself. You've got it on your tongue. Okay. How about this? We played Missouri this year. They had a losing record in baseball. Nobody's beating their chest up. Well, Mizzou didn't make they didn't make a regional. They had a losing record. Oh, but how about that? Nobody's pointing that out. No, that's your standard. Oh boy, we beat Clemson, who had a shitty record in a series. Whoopee! Let's can we get a banner for that? Jesus Christ.
Well, and that's the thing too. It was. I saw a bunch of those posts today too, and it was, well, at least we did better than Clemson did. I mean, look, if you get to a point where you do better than Clemson in football, that might be something to talk about. But the reality is that the Clemson baseball team right now is a shit show.
They're doo-doo. They're doo-doo.
Absolutely a shit show. Monty Lee was on our radio station earlier this week, and he sounded like everything was, I don't even know the best word to describe it, but to me, he sounded like he didn't give a fuck. How's that, Jackpot? Can I say that on here? He sounded like he didn't give a fuck about the fact that, look, we're not South Carolina in baseball. I admit that. We don't win national championships and have two of them out in our fucking out in the outfield where you first walk in, the first thing you see are those national titles. We don't have that. Okay. But we do have some tradition of being at least a really good ACC team. And this year, they were so shitty. I mean, they were losing. Jesus Christ. Duke was beating the shit out of them. I mean, they got swept by Georgia Tech, just not showing up at all. Then he comes on the air and just
swept by Miami.
But
they won 2 out of 3 against Louisville, who was ranked like in the top 15 or so at the time. Weird.
Yeah, well,
got swept by UNC. Doo-doo.
Good. And it's just like, so with Gamecock fans, look, and I've said this for a long time, Gamecock fans want to be a football school, but in reality, let's be honest, you're a baseball and women's basketball school. That's what you're good at.
I got to give a shout. Good Lord.
To be there for that. What you got, buddy?
SEC Dog is really mad over here in the YouTube comment section. He says, enjoy your tater tot jackpot. After week 1, noon, will care who Clemson plays. South Carolina 0-8 is highly possible. 0-12 possible also. So what? There's a possibility they may cancel 4 games. I don't.
All right, out to the phones we go. Well, welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening,
gentlemen. Good morning.
It's
that's
good.
Another show. I'm sorry, it's not morning.
It's evening, sir.
Let's sit back.
Yeah.
Let them talk.
Guys, I'm a little bit confused as to what's going on with Crack Pipe right now. We're bouncing back and forth from football to basketball to women's sports. Look, pick one and stick with it. I don't blame you for wanting to divert all attention away from football. What does get me confused is that you actually said you're looking forward to football season. Now, based on what?
Are you done talking?
Okay.
Are you done talking?
Yeah,
because every time you say that we talk over you, so we were going to let you finish talking and make sure that you are absolutely done speaking.
Well, we have an energetic, not young but new head coach with some energetic new coordinators. A head coach who, as a assistant head coach, helped lead teams such as Georgia and Oklahoma to the playoffs in 2017 and 18, respectively. I can feel a culture shift in the state of South Carolina. I believe anyone that's a resident here can feel it as well. Return the SEC's leading rusher and a 5-star who may actually be sitting on the bench behind him. Return a potential first-round draft pick at edge rusher in Kingsley J.J. Ingabare, and a 6'8" freak of an athlete at the wide receiver position named E.J. Jenkins from a school up north that I can't wait to see unleash his havoc on SEC defenses. So, yeah, I'd say we have a lot to look forward to.
Now, are you done, sir?
Yes.
Because we can swap sarcasm all night long. But let's get this verbal bludgeoning on the road here. Listen, you just said you weren't into sunshine pumping, and everything you just said was sunshine pumping. What in the hell, right, do you think you look, how many times have we heard this when a new coach comes into South Carolina? Culture shift, yep, on the road to championships here. Are you kidding me? South Carolina? Are you kidding me?
Can I respond, sir? Is that okay for me to respond?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've heard the same thing from about as many times from South Carolina fans as we have from Georgia fans since 1980, saying this is our year, we're going to win a national title, and it just never happens. But okay, go ahead.
No, by the way, you missed out on your opportunity to play that Blondie song, which I love.
Of
by the
course
way,
you
whether
love
it's
that.
Call Me.
Dude, you were back. You were when that happened, your ass was in the middle of the street singing that song at the top of your lungs, rubbing your nipples with a bulldog mask on. We won the national title. Herschel Walker for president. Let's play Blondie over and over and over.
Oh, damn it. Did you freeze up, Rob?
No, I didn't freeze up.
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back. I'm back now a little bit.
That was funny.
And again, I know how electricity throws you folks off in South Carolina, so I'll let that go. I get that.
Yeah, well.
I first of all, when your name is Megan, you're gonna love any song named "Call Me." That's my motto there.
Okay.
But listen, he Crack Pipe. I guess he thought he was being slick, which is comical. But by the way, Crack Pipe, did your parents never teach you to close your mouth when you chew? Your dog makes less noise.
They
on that,
didn't.
whatever that
They
is.
did not. I've been on this diet lately, and whenever I'm able to actually enjoy a good meal, something like pizza, I just savor it, and then I just lose my mind a little bit. So you'll have to forgive me. I have to go check back in with the Vanderbilts to get the table manners squared away again.
Well, anyway,
I got it. Well, I know you were busting on Coach Muschamp there, which is a common theme. But didn't Muschamp have like after year 3 have the best record of any coach during that period?
Oh.
I can't help you with that one.
He's trying to get at me now. My ears bleed.
Well, and I tell you what, if you go to Coach Muschamp's office, right up there, it's probably under Kirby Smart's desk, because that's about all that he's good for. He'll tell you at South Carolina I had the most wins in 3 seasons there. Yeah. If you really think that Will Muschamp is a good coach, I mean, we goof on you, Megan, but the reality is he is a 2-time SEC failure. He fucked over 2 programs back Stone Ages. He is at best a defensive backs coach, and I wouldn't have him anywhere near my team because losing follows his sorry ass.
Yeah, I mean the only reason Florida was able to rebound as quickly as they were is just, it's recruiting. I mean, let's just be frank. I mean, they're able to get better players than South Carolina is able to get in a shorter amount of time. I mean, those are just facts. I mean, he really fucked us over, but what he did there was repairable within a few years. It's going to take a while here to get back to just 7 wins a year, 8 wins a year, like the tail end of his tenure. I can see that taking 3 years or so to get back to being solid. So it is what it is.
Yeah, you get into a little bit of the chicken or the egg argument when it comes to coaches in South Carolina. Is it the coach that sucks, or is it the entire history of the South Carolina football program? Prime example, one of the greatest coaches in college football history goes there, and South Carolina winds up sucking so bad he throws his hands up in the middle of the season and walks out on you guys. But Muschamp did have, in those first 3 years, he had the best record of any coach during that period, and you guys managed to run him off, which I don't understand that at all.
So you think that Muschamp they should have re-upped Muschamp? Is that what you're telling me?
He won 2 games last year.
Jesus Christ.
Did he win 2 or did he win 1? Did we? No, yeah, he won 2.
Yeah.
He won 2.
Yeah, he won 2, which is a huge accomplishment at South Carolina.
But that's bullshit, because the other coaches have won there. I mean, it's not and if you look at certain things, yes, he recruited on the offense or the defensive side of the ball, but offensively it was terrible. He ran through offensive coordinators. I mean, he's not a good coach. Are you really trying to defend Coach Muschamp?
I don't understand where they get the attitude that they deserve better when history has proven otherwise. I mean, that's what they are.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at, Steve Spurrier walked out, whatever you want to say, walked out, quit, just left in the middle of the night. But hell, I mean, that guy was less than 2 years away from a thing where he finished number 4 in the final AP poll in 2013, and then he hangs it up in October 2015. That all was just a little bit weird to me. I mean, I know he took a couple of bad losses, but Jesus Christ.
You are.
Yeah, Big Ball Daddy with the super chat says, use this as you see fit for your recruiting need. I hope he sent that to us in a McDonald's
look
bag.
at that. He even sent it to us. It's not even a McDonald's bag. How about that? That's classy.
I know, right? That's classy of him.
Thank you, sir.
I just look, I don't know if you're just trying to just call up and piss people off, but you can't sit there and say that Will Muschamp was good for South Carolina. I mean, come on, man. That's not even remotely funny.
Well, that's coming from the same guy who says Georgia hadn't won shit since 1980. So
you haven't won a national
SEC
title since 1980, sir.
Playoff game we've won.
You haven't won a national title since 1980, sir. Is that a fact or not?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
I'm just asking. Did I miss one?
We all
Did I miss one? Did you get one that I don't know about?
Sir,
maybe I missed out.
But that's not what you say. You say over and over again that Georgia hasn't won shit. So
right, because maybe
it's
because I'm spoiled as a Clemson fan, and our coach up there has 2 national titles in the past 5 seasons, and he doesn't have it with the talent that Georgia had. So
right, but when you put it in those terms, Georgia hasn't won shit. I want all 9 of your viewers to understand that means they haven't won a national title. So haven't won shit in a national title or 2 different things.
I've talked with several Georgia fans. The first thing that comes out of their mouth is 42, 18, and 1. That's all they'll say to you when it comes to, especially with Clemson. So I personally am willing to donate $50 right here tonight to the Georgia football program, but I want that money to go to a banner that has "We beat Clemson 42 out of 61 times," because you can hang that up there in that stadium that you play in, and you can talk about that, and everybody can look at that, because you can't talk about national titles where people can actually watch them and pull them up on the internet, because the last one was 1980, and Clemson has 3 national titles since then. So we can put you a banner up there with that, because that's all that you have. That's all that you have that in your mind, from all the Georgia fans that tweet at me, that's worth a shit, is we've won 42 out of 60 against Clemson, even though 29 of those wins came from 1974 back. So, I mean, that's important too. In reality, 1974, you're 13-8, which means it's pretty much a kind of a closer series. But I don't have to say anything about that, because Clemson's going to mouth pump Georgia on September the 4th, and I won't have to deal with you Bulldogs fans, because everything will be, Pickens was a spy, and by the way, if all of our secondary was correct, we would have been fine. If we didn't have the arrest where all these other players were out, we would have been fine. If Clemson didn't play in the ACC, then we would have won. Over and over and over again, it's the same shit with Georgia every single year. That's just the way that it is. And by the way, bless your heart.
What year were you just bringing up? 1974?
1974 and back. You have 29 wins from 1974 and back.
So that's the arbitrary line which you drew that has any type of relevance as far as college football.
Well, if you want to talk relative in the last 10 years, you guys are 1-1.
Why I drew the line for 1974, sir? Because that's the last. That's the last place that I could actually find highlights online where I could watch some of the game.
You guys are 1-1 the past 10 years. So if you want to talk about really relevant,
again, let's bury the nonsense spewing from the 2 South Carolinians' mouth here. I want
let me ask you a real question now. I'm gonna ask you a real question, and you can be honest or tell me to go fuck myself. I'm fine with it. Would you rather have as far as the national champions, coach that actually win and doesn't wear a women's visor, would you rather have what Clemson has or what Georgia has? Be honest. Which one would you rather have?
I would rather play in the SEC. I'd rather be in a real conference.
Rather have that than national title. So winning's not important. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's clearly what I said. That's
Okay.
clearly why I called into your show, is to make the announcement that winning is not important.
Well, you just said I'd rather play in the SEC. Do I need to roll the tape back for you, sir? You said I'd rather play in the SEC than win championships. Is that what you're? That's basically what you said, right?
I assure you, you don't need to roll the tape back for me. I
wouldn't
repeat
care.
it.
I wouldn't care if we competed in the spoiler conference if we won a damn national championship.
The championships for Clemson what? Try to discredit those championships. Let's hear this. This will.
Wait, can I use your rule and go back?
You can use whatever it is you need to use, man. Whatever it is you need to go with. It doesn't bother me.
How many? Let me ask you this: how many total national titles do you have as a program? Which I'm not busting you as far as Clemson not being a great program. Now, Carolina Crackpipe, I don't understand why he ever opens his mouth, because
Clemson has 3 national championships in football. Are we
Alabama with Vanderbilt's trophy case?
Are we talking about football, sir? Has 3 national championships.
Vanderbilt has a bigger trophy case than we do. Okay. You know that.
Right. So Clemson has 3 national titles. Georgia has 2, right?
I don't know the full extent of the Georgia Bulldog program, so I don't want to put something out there. I know Clemson has 3 national
championship besides 1980.
Right. So we're talking 3-2 in our entire existence as a football program. It has absolutely sucked as a program for all but 3 years of their existence. Do you see where I'm coming from there? I
completely do.
It doesn't matter that Georgia wins a Rose Bowl, wins SEC championships. Kirby Smart's record versus top 10 teams is through the, which is, by the way, it's like 3 times what Dabo's was at this point in his career.
How many top 10 teams has Kirby actually played? Last year they didn't play any.
Actually, how many top 25 wins did they have?
Their 4th-string QB. So let's just get that out of the way.
How many top 25 wins did they have last year? It's a simple question, sir. How many top 25
wins? You broke up. I'm sorry.
I asked you, how many top 25 wins did Georgia have last season?
I don't know how many top 25. But if they had any at all, it's a miracle. They're starting their 4th-string quarterback.
Yeah, well.
4th-string quarterback. 4th string.
Sure.
That's what they were forced to start.
Yeah.
Who?
Okay.
Winning 8 games with a 4'9" quarterback who was brought on to run the scout team is a miracle, sir. Miracle. And he still pulled it off.
We already know how you feel about this. You think the fake punt play was the best play call ever, and yada yada. I mean, we can't change your mind on those things. You're a fan, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. I mean,
that's not even close. That's not even close to what
shout out over to the YouTube section. I had to time out. SEC dog for a little while. He's getting a little bit ridiculous over there, just repeating redundant stuff. So
it's a fair question for you on, would you rather be Clemson or would you rather be Georgia? Be where Clemson is or where the Georgia program is?
Hey, did I hear that right? Crackpipe just said he's repeating redundant stuff. Come on, man.
What?
You can make that up.
I swear he was.
Folks, you're looking at it right there. Holy Jesus Christ. I mean,
yeah.
He's repeating redundant stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well,
oh, my God.
Look, I don't understand.
I get what he's saying now. Never mind.
Yeah, you're a little bit off. I don't understand the whole thing with, we
didn't
catch
articulate that very well.
You know what? I'm not even going to go there with John. What else do you have for the program here this evening?
I woke up happy, healthy. I woke up happy, healthy, and not in the state of South Carolina. It's a great day. Hey, 3 touchdowns, and when that happens, I'm moving into your studio, sir. Y'all have a good morning.
Have a good morning.
Yeah. Thank you for that, sir. By the way, Beggin' Megan lives in he doesn't even live in Georgia. He lives in Jacksonville. His words, not mine. He said he doesn't wake up in the state of South Carolina. He won't even live in the state of the state of Georgia. Oh goodness.
That was hilarious.
I don't know about all that. It's when I step back and look at it though, Georgia fans, and there are some smart Georgia fans, okay, but then there's a lot of them that are silly. Uncle Lou said something on the show. Let's go back out to the phones here. And welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Ballard Sports Media.
Hi, Ballard.
Ballard.
What you got for the show,
What's
Ballard?
up?
How you doing?
Not much, man. I just wanted to hop on this whole UGA talk, man. I mean, as we know, ever since Kirby Smart's been there, since what, I think 16, 17 he got hired. He's made it to the playoffs one time. Do what?
Yeah, go ahead.
2016 was his first year. I think.
I mean, yeah, that's right. I was just going to run down. I mean, he's done a lot of great things for the Georgia program. And, I mean, he led them in his second year to a national championship, was a touchdown or play away from winning it against Nick Saban in Alabama, consistently making it into the top 10, staying in the top 10, recruiting top 5 talent, in classes. I mean, I think Georgia is great right now, and they're set up for great success. I think they're set up to maybe get over the hump of, Alabama or whoever this year. And, and of course I'm an Alabama fan, but I'm also a future sportscaster. So I'm also going to be fair and realistic and, just unbiased. I mean, they're right there. And I feel like the one thing that's held them back is really quarterback play. But I feel like they got that now in JT Daniels. And, of course, I know you guys are Carolina fans. I mean, I'll bring them up anyway. Clemson, week 1. That's obviously not going to be an easy game. But I feel like Georgia might have a slight edge over Clemson. Now, Clemson obviously a better program, but I feel like Georgia's just going to be the better team this year.
Well, and hey, you know what? Now, see, unlike Begging Megan, you came on the show and you had some points to what you said, and even if I don't agree with some of what you said, at least you articulated them well, and you didn't make fun of Jackpot for silliness. So, hey, man, you're always welcome to call the show.
It would help if Jackpot wasn't silly, but.
Hey, man, you're always welcome to call the show, man. Thank you, Ballard.
All right, thanks, y'all. Have a good one.
All right, there you go. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. That is the number to call the show to join us this evening.
Little disclaimer, a little foreshadowing that I did record a video tonight that is an hour in length. And I think I'm going to post that tomorrow morning. It's ready to go. It's in the it's queued up right now. It is my predicted finish and predicted records for all the teams in the SEC East for 2021. And it took me a while to do that when I added a few little different graphics to it. So I think everybody will really enjoy that. But I do have them winning the conference by a country mile, or the division anyway. Out of the phone there.
Yeah, out to the phones we go. Good evening, welcome to the show.
This is the Rob and Kale show?
This is the Rob and Kale show. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Hey, I just wanted to call, big fans of you guys. I just wanted to call and say that Georgia sucks. Especially when it comes to baseball. They unfortunately think that they're worth anything.
Yeah, what do you think of the Georgia football team, buddy?
Oh, Georgia football team. They still have a football team?
They do.
Yeah, they still trot one out there.
They still trot one out there, so.
They trot out a bunch of 5-star recruits that don't do crap.
I mean, that's a very valid statement as well.
Is it? Do you think it's coaching or?
Fan base are Ken dolls, pull down the pants, nothing there. It could be Kirby Smart has a women's golf offer. It could be that it could be coaching. I mean, it could be a lot of things. But yeah, I mean, they're not very with it.
I don't think.
I mean, to be fair, when you get to that elite level, and making that jump from an 11-win team to a playoff team, it's really just like jumping over a really narrow little creek. And I mean, some teams are able to make that jump, and some just stay on the other side. And Georgia's just stayed on the other side for the past 3 years.
Well, the past 40 years. But
I was about to say, I mean, 40 years. It's they won a title in 1980.
Yeah, but after that, though, they've been pretty much dog shit. I mean, they've won an SEC title here or there, but as far as getting back into the land of championship.
But, I mean,
yeah.
if you ask Georgia fans, they are relevant.
They think they're the greatest fans ever, brother. That's the way that they are. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling the show. Thank you so much, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, there you go. Yeah. Now you can chime in as well. 803-470-2905. 803-470.
Josh Pinion over on YouTube says Jackpot has more talent than South Carolina. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try.
Anyway, 803-470-2905. If you want to call and join the show. Thank you to the callers that called in this evening. And we're trying to get to the show where we have more callers call in. So thanks to the folks that did call in this evening. So you guys are awesome for that. And that's kind of where you want to go, Jackpot, right? Have more callers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 3 of them tonight. It's great. Great. We need to get a multiple of that on the next show, and a multiple of that, multiple on another show. And then we'll be good. I'd love to have us, having a traffic jam on the call-in line.
Yeah. Well, during football season, it's going to be even better because we're going to have you can call up and instantly react.
I like the interactive stuff. It's because we don't have to, Rob, sit here and filibuster and bullshit and come up with our own content. They create the content for us. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that. All right, final call for calls 803-470-2905. If you agree with what Beg and Megan said, you can call up and say you agree. That's fine. If you want to agree with the other callers, Ballard Sports Media said that he's an Alabama fan, but he thinks Georgia has the potential to be good. Yeah, I don't know.
They're right good. Mr. Boogie over on YouTube, Gamecock fan, says new president needs to clean house, get rid of Frankie Kingston. Thank you.
All right, let's go out to the phones, Jackpot. And good evening. Welcome to the Rob and Kale Show.
Hi, this is your favorite Smurfette from Boise, Idaho.
Oh, we have a Boise State fan calling the show. What would you like to talk about, ma'am?
Well, I just wanted to mention that the nominees for the College Hall of Fame came out earlier this week.
That's very good.
Kellen Moore, the winningest quarterback in collegiate history, is a first-round nominee.
Well, he probably could have played at Georgia. Did you know that? I mean, he's a short little fellow like Stetson Bennett III, so he could have probably played at Georgia. By the way, Levon Kirkland from Clemson, also one of the guys that's on the Hall of Fame list. But we can mock Kellen Moore, but I mean, he had a hell of a career in college, and when you're the winningest all-time quarterback in college, yeah, that's
well, and he went down 2011, his senior year, went down to Atlanta for a neutral game and played UGA and basically boat raced him.
Yeah. I remember that.
I
remember that because
yeah. Delta 900 wants to know what your favorite potato recipe is.
Scalloped,
okay.
I remember that one because I was in Charlotte that night, and South Carolina played East Carolina in what used to be our home away from home Bank of America Stadium and beat them by 3 touchdowns plus. And we were walking underneath I-77 to the parking garage to get to the car, and I heard people talking about the score. There's like, "Do you believe that? Boise State beat the shit out of Georgia and Atlanta," and I was like, "Ah!" And guess what? We did the same thing to them a couple weeks later. So there you go. They're 0-2.
Smurfette, can we have?
What was so funny is
we have one more question for you, really quick, before we get too far off target here. Brock wants to know what you think about Coach Harsin going down to Auburn and trying to bring Mountain West football to the SEC.
I don't know. Boise State offense is a lot of shift and motions, and I mean that.
Well, I mean, will that shift in motion work in SEC? I don't know. We'll find out. But the reality is, when you really stop and look at it, that shift in motion, I mean, he hired an absolute retread in Mike.
I've been sitting on that for the past 20 seconds.
Every time.
Sorry, Jackpot.
Mike Baba, whatever his name is, when he was a head coach at Fort Collins, he never beat us. Never.
Yeah.
Fort Collins has never
He never beat a lot of people. How about that? Hey, what was his record? It was like 3-30.
Well,
seems like Air Force had our number with that stupid triple option. But Andy Avalos, our new head coach, when he came in to be DC, he shut that down real quick, and they haven't beaten us since.
Well, hey, I appreciate you calling the program this evening, and it's nice to have folks from out west calling the show. Jackpot, talking a little Boise State. We can be down with the Smurf turf, right, Jackpot?
Absolutely. And I was biting my tongue. We were talking about Coach Harsin bringing the Mountain West to the SEC. He's not bringing the Mountain West to the SEC. All he did was hire a bunch of damn SEC idiots to run a bunch of SEC failures to run his new program. It's not the way you want to start off your new job. Ridiculous. Why didn't he bring some people from Boise State? I don't know.
But he did bring a really good strength conditioning coach. They call him the Pit Viper.
Hopefully we'll learn about that. Smurfette, thanks for calling the show, and I hope that Kellen Moore gets into the College Football Hall of Fame. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, I just want to say one quick thing.
Sure.
All my friends and everybody I knew that went to that game, leading up to that game, the Georgia fans were so nice, but leaving the game, they got really nasty.
Well, they don't have fluoride in their water down there, man. Their teeth are rotting, and and there's they ran off Justin Fields with racial slurs. I mean, they're a shithole program. I mean, let's just be honest.
They are.
Of course.
I do.
All right. Well, thank you, Smurfette. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Rob.
All right. You have a great night.
On you in a minute.
There you go.
Why do you think WCW fell apart? Because it was based out of Georgia, Atlanta. Yeah.
If they'd have moved that shit to Charlotte, that shit would have flown.
You still have a Monday Night Wars going on.
Damn right. Final call for calls this evening, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join the show this evening, you can join the show. Thank you so much for the folks that did call in. And as Jackpot and I were saying,
I meant to tell you that I was able to correspond with that gentleman again the other day. He has a PayPal address. Those vouchers finally came in the mail, and I bought 4 vouchers for a ticket to any East Carolina home football game, which obviously I'm going to pick the South Carolina game, and for $150.
Wait a minute. Are they real?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I gave $140 PayPal. I gave him an extra $10 to send them to me first class, and he's sending them to me sometime next week, or they'll be here sometime next week. He messaged me on Friday afternoon and said that he was at the post office putting them in the mail as we speak. So,
I mean, I thought that you would have been on the Marshall game or maybe the UCF game.
yeah, nah, I really don't want to see that. The Marshall game's on the road. But so I mean, I can turn around with the other 2 tickets
and
sell them on
them.
StubHub. If these things are $140 a piece, and I thought money back, and then some.
Yeah, you'll get that. Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening.
Hey, my name is Matthew. Love the show. Been following Jackpot forever, even on the scratch-off tickets. Love it.
Thank you,
guys, and love that y'all talk about college football. I'm actually a UGA alumni, but I grew up in Columbia, South Carolina.
There you go.
Just wanted to say this, though, with Beg and Megan. They always make that argument with Will Muschamp, but his wins were in the first 3 seasons. And, Beg and Megan kept saying, those 3 seasons, but he was the only coach. So, of course, he's going to have the most wins. Think about it. Like you look at Spurrier's wins in his 3 11-win seasons. So that's 33, and Will Muschamp won 21. There's a deficit of an entire season that Muschamp crushed. Spurrier crushed Muschamp and wins.
Yeah.
And
you got
in my
you also got to look at. We're talking. You can even bring up Lou Holtz. I mean, Lou Holtz was 5 times the coach that Muschamp was. His first season in Columbia, he laid a goose egg. He won 0 games. The next 2 years, he won 8 games and won bowl games each year. So, I mean, that first year it killed his average. But, he won the most games the first 3 years. But, I mean, what did you do after that? I mean, you got fired in the 5th year. So,
it's nice to see Georgia fans that actually have some intelligence. So, thank you for that. I mean, maybe that's because you're from Columbia.
Maybe.
In the first 3 seasons, wasn't he using Spurrier's players too to some degree? Recruiting dropped off.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it wasn't the end of the world.
Absolutely. Yeah, he had the majority of that first year's team was nothing but Spurrier players. So,
yeah,
I mean,
Deebo Samuel was a Spurrier player. There were a lot of them. I can't remember everybody, but yeah,
that's true. Well, hey man.
So,
go ahead.
Sorry, Rob.
Yeah. Go ahead, buddy.
I mean, the only good legacy I would see is let's see what the Birches and see what the last classes that Muschamp did bring in for Carolina. I mean, if I don't think it's a mark on Beamer, I want to see him succeed. I think he will succeed. I think there's talent there, more talent than people perceive. And there's some of Jackpot's arguments have been, how well will our running back room do behind a line that is there? And that is a big, predicator to the success. But, I think Kevin Harris has a ton of natural talent. So does Marshawn Lloyd. I just got to see how it develops. But, I have faith in Beamer. I think he's a smart and intelligent guy. And I think they'll be pretty creative. The spring game didn't show much, but it's not meant to.
That's absolutely true. Hey, man, you're always welcome to call the show, and we appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Will do. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
With that. All right.
Josh over on YouTube says Jackpot ain't allowed to buy Georgia lottery tickets no more since you talk shit about Georgia. Sir, that's not fair. When I buy tickets down there, that's benefiting your educational system, therefore making your state stronger. Plus, let's be frank, I win more there than I do in South Carolina. So, hey, I'm going to keep on buying them. Sorry. I won't talk shit anymore if means I can't buy tickets.
Oh, I'll talk shit because I'm not buying tickets.
Brandon Coon said South Carolina is very thin at defensive back and wide receiver. Thank you for stating the obvious. I think we're thinner at defensive back than we are at wide receiver. I think they've made some moves to bolster that wide receiver room. via the transfer protocol and shifting some people around. But defensive back, yeah, you're right. We are, which is kind of scary going into SEC play. But I like the pass heavy teams that we play in the SEC. We won't face them until down the road, unless I guess you count Georgia there week 3, but maybe there will be time for us to kind of gel there at that position. I think Clayton White's going to be a good defensive coordinator, and he's dropping an extra defensive back there in that 4-2-5 defense or something like that. So
it's basically some of what Ellis Johnson did when Ellis Johnson was there.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot of bend but don't break stuff for South Carolina. So and for the defense to be successful this season, according to guys that know a lot more about football than me, former assistant coaches that have coached at different programs, it's going to be with that 5th defensive back there. It's can they stop the run up front? If they can stop the run up front, then they're going to be a pretty decent defense. If they're going to have issues stopping the run, then they're probably going to get eat up a little bit. But they knew what they were getting with this defensive coordinator, and there may be growing pains this season. But Muschamp left talent on that side of the ball. I mean, that's.
I like JJ up front at defensive end. My God, let's cut down on the damn. The personal foul penalties and the unsportsmanlikes and that stuff, man. Let's just play ball. He settled down a little bit last year. In 2019, it was kind of shitty. But he calmed down a little bit last year and did a little better. Let's keep working on that, and just focus on the game at hand, and not the extracurricular.
Brandon says if Old Dominion ends up playing Dallas Baptist in the Supers, who will host that series? It will be the University of South Carolina, because neither one of those teams had the facilities, and South Carolina agreed when they bid that they would host a super regional if they needed to. So
of course they don't. Who would? I mean, would you want to take anything that you called super to Norfolk, Virginia?
No.
Home of the Scope. You know why they called the arena up there the Scope? It's because they named it after that mouthwash they got, because there's so many people up there with rotten teeth in their head. They need something to cure that stinking ass breath. What a damn nasty shithole town.
I thought it was the Scope because it was like a when you're getting a colonoscopy, like a colon scope.
No, it's after Scope mouthwash. Because so many people buy it because they won't just simply brush their teeth to keep from having rotten teeth. They just cover them up by drinking a bunch of Scope. Bunch of idiots. Bunch of idiots, I tell you. West Virginia moved east.
Fair enough. All right. Well, one final note: Julio Jones signed with the Titans. So I'll talk about that tomorrow on my program. Brock says, "Hey, Cale, could you post the SEC prediction video in the morning so I can watch it before I go into work?"
Dude, I will start uploading it tomorrow morning when I get up, because it'll take that thing's an hour long. I bet you it'll take an hour and a half to upload to YouTube. They take forever. I don't know why. I've been trying. I used to be able to upload my YouTube videos from the iPhone. It used to be whenever I made a video, and then you could just go under pictures and type share, the little share button, and you could share it to Messenger, you could share it to your messages, share it to Twitter, and then there was a YouTube icon, and then you could automatically upload them to YouTube. That's where back in the day, especially up until about 2017, that's where how all the scratch ticket videos got uploaded. Probably around 2017, 2018-ish, they took that functionality away. And you had to go to YouTube, tap the little plus button that's down there now, and then upload a video from YouTube, from your photos onto it. So it was like you couldn't go in the back door anymore. And when I had to start doing that, it took forever. And they take forever to upload. And the longer they are, the longer it takes for them to upload. And I mean, we got fast internet here at the house. We got a good router and all that stuff, and it still takes forever to upload one to YouTube. So I mean, I'll do the best I can with it. It's really frustrating sometimes, though.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll be back at this on Wednesday, and Jackpot. That's like a record for calls on this show. I think we took 7 calls this evening.
And another thing too, I'm just talking YouTube stuff here. Live videos. Used to be when I would do a scratch video or just any kind of live video, man, it would take hours and hours before it would finally upload to YouTube. Now, our live show here, you can upload them and it literally uploads it within minutes. And I thought, well, maybe it's the software Rob's got on that side that he's doing it with, but I can do a live video here at the house and it uploads within minutes now. It's just like all of a sudden, one day, boom, it started working. It's nuts.
It is nuts. Well, as always, you guys are welcome to always join the show at 803-470-2905. Don't forget our big football challenge. It's coming up. Jackpot swears up and down every year he's going to win it. Last year, he had a good showing. But we are going to do the football challenge where it's 5 games a week and one big pot. We're trying to get $1,000 in the pot, which means we need at least 50 people to join. So it's going to be a lot of fun this year because we're going to pick the biggest games of the year and have them all out at each week and then pick against the spread. This is one of the coolest things we do every year, right, Jackpot?
It is. It's my favorite thing of the year. It absolutely is. I love college football season. I love the point spread stuff and trying to figure that out. It's really challenging, and it just I like it. I like it a lot.
Well, this year's going to be a little bit different, though. Jackpot and I are going to have a wager against each other, and we'll come up with something nice and creative for that. A little bit of a shaming going on if someone outpicks the other one. We'll come up with something creative for that. So anyway, looking forward to that. Looking forward to the live stream of the Georgia Clemson game, and the South Carolina game will be on at the same time. So instant reaction from both for that game. So
and with that deal, I mean, I may be doing that one from the road somewhere. Going to be going on the road for work before too much longer here. Kind of doing a new position, and who knows? Carolina Jackpot may be in Ohio, sitting here trying to do that. But I think I may have gotten the ESPN app thing fixed because the South Carolina game is going to be on ESPN Plus. It's not even being televised on regular ESPN for that Eastern Illinois thing. So there's that, but I don't know how many of you guys have YouTube TV, but I have YouTube TV, okay, and I have a Roku on all the TVs. So a couple of months ago, or even longer than that, I guess, since it's been in the works, YouTube TV and Roku got into a pissing contest, and I guess nobody would bend far enough. So Roku will not allow you to download YouTube TV to their to the Roku app anymore. You can't, or the YouTube app, the YouTube TV app can't be downloaded to a Roku anymore. But if you had it already, then it's still there and it's not going anywhere. Well, all of a sudden, the Roku in my living room is saying that you have to re-download it. Well, you can't re-download it. So I'm paying almost $70 a month for the YouTube TV that right now I can watch on one iPad, and I think I may be able to watch on the TV in my bedroom. If I can't watch it on the TV in my bedroom, I can watch it on my phone too. Then I'm dumping it all together, and I guess going back with the Sling TV because, I mean, what bullshit? I mean, what kind of bullshit is that?
I don't know, man. It's like it's fucking one thing after another. Who knows?
Yeah, so, absolutely ridiculous.
Someone asked if the Comrade was going to join our competition. The Comrade is a degenerate gambler. He will most likely join the contest. I spoke with him earlier in the week, and I'm sure that he will pick in our contest. Comrade's just a busy motherfucker, to be honest with you. But anyway, there's that. So, yeah, looking forward to that. And of course, we'll be back at it on Wednesday. Jackpot loading that video up tomorrow. And I will be watching that tomorrow in my studio at work. When I'm supposed to be working for iHeartRadio, I'll be watching Carolina Jackpot videos. If you're watching on Facebook, subscribe. Appreciate you guys doing that. And yeah, with that, I think we're done, Jackpot. You have a good week, brother.